2 more weeks. 2 more weeks left of this season. And wow, what a season has it been. This is the last home game for the Chicago Bears. And will we win? Find out in the rest of this video. Welcome back, guys, to Back Sports. And today I will be previewing the game of the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears, right now, it seems that the odds are set that they are -3 favorites. And which is kind of surprising because Atlanta literally beat a good Colts team and very convincingly too. So that's kind of cool to see that the Bears are finally against a decent opponent. I'm not gonna give the Atlanta Falcons too much credit because they have been very, very inconsistent, very poor against actual teams that they should beat. And granted, with the help of Arthur Smith, that they are pretty bad for the most part. But overall, their team is filled with talent. But I digress. I feel like this game is going to be a very close game. As of right now, the Atlanta Falcons sit second in the NFC South, whereas the Bears sit fourth. And it's not a big surprise. The Atlanta Falcons sit 7 and 8, while we sit 6 and 9. I think that I feel like overall our teams should match up pretty evenly, given that it's also at Soldier Field. And based on what the injury report states, it states that Taylor Heineke will probably start over Desmond Ridder these last couple of games, and I think that's going to be definitely an upgrade over him because Desmond Ridder has been very pedestrian, to say the least, and Falcons fans have been saying that for the longest time. Injury-wise, I would say that both teams have kind of unknown statuses per se. Mainly the Chicago Bears do, but it kind of seems like Cole Kmet could be out for the game. Darnell Mooney also checked into concussion protocol, so I think he's kind of done probably even as a Bear, and that's kind of sad to say. Lucas Patrick, our center, has been unlimited in practice, so we don't know if exactly yet. As of this recording, the Friday injury report hasn't been out yet, so it's not very confirmed. But I will say, given that he didn't play on Wednesday and Thursday he was limited, I don't think he will probably play on game day. Equanimous St. Brown and Noah Sewell are back, which is cool because that the pass block for a wide receiver in Equanimous St. Brown is going to be very helpful when it comes to the pass game. We need all the help in our O-line as we can get. Tevin Jenkins has been full practice for Wednesday and Thursday, so I'm thinking he should be available in the game. So that would be very, very good for us. And it was a bit of a scare early on with Tevin Jenkins because we did not know if he was going to be playing at all for given the last 2 weeks. And yeah, moving on to Atlanta Falcons, I will say that their injury report isn't as bad. There are a lot of people that are back to full practice, but we don't know exactly if they're playing or not. The only one is Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell, their defensive end, did not play. Is not injury related, and they don't know the game status yet, so we'll see. Former Bears Cordell Patterson on the Atlanta Falcons is also unspecified. So, and then Caleb McGray, their offensive tackle, is also limited in practice this Friday. So we don't know exactly what that is up to. In terms of my predictions, I would say this is gonna be all depends on what both teams call in terms of their offense. I feel like our defense can take care of what the Falcons can throw at us potentially, as long as we keep our foot to the pedal. I think that's been a case all throughout the year, and if we continue to do that, whether it's on defense or offense, I think we should win the game very easily. Going back to the Cardinals game, we put our foot off the gas and ended up letting Kyler Murray get some garbage points, and almost let them into the game. So that was a bit worrisome, to say the least. Their main targets are Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, which I don't even know if they used him last week, but will they use him this week? We will never know, because Arthur Smith has a lot of weapons, but decides maybe I don't want to use some of them, or maybe I want to use my depth, which is good for some cases if they're injured. But yeah, Arthur Smith is something else, and I feel like his job is pretty much on the line, and I think he's really playing to keep his job in Atlanta, as much as it to the chagrin of many fans in Atlanta. In terms of our offense, given that Cole Kmet could be out, DJ Moore is healthy, which is really, really good, and I think that will definitely be helpful. But it means that given that Darnell Mooney's out, I think that Tyler Scott will have a bigger role, our rookie wide receiver. Equanimous St. Brown could get some targets as well. The ball will be spread out more. Our running backs will also get some opportunity. Khalil Herbert had a really good game last week against the Cardinals. And I think that in general, this game should be pretty even. But I do have a little bit of a worry when it comes to Bears having a little bit of an advantage, and given that it's the last home game of the season, and Eberflus hasn't really strung many back-to-back wins, except for the most recent one against the Vikings and Lions. We'll see what Eberflus does. I feel like as long as offensive coordinator Lou Getsy doesn't make some boneheaded decisions, which nowadays is kind of hard to ask for, I think that the Bears should easily take advantage of it and kind of beat this team. I think the one issue that Atlanta poses to to last week, the Colts, who had a really good team with Shane Steichen, Gardner Minshew, and whatnot. I was surprised that the Atlanta Falcons demolished them the way they did, and that's what I think Arthur Smith is playing for his job right now. And given that Atlanta has shown that against a formidable opponent in the Indianapolis Colts, I think that this can definitely be a very trapped game for the Chicago Bears, given that even if they are the favorites in this game. And I don't even know. I feel like the Bears should win, but they should only win if everything goes right. But the odds of that being the case can be very deceiving. But I guess I'll go with my gut and say that the Bears end up winning. But I feel like it's going to be a really close game, and it will be down to the wire. Because last year, when the Justin Fields played the Falcons at their stadium, in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I think that is a really even game, except for the fact that the Bears kind of blew it near the end, and they were trying to tank. But this year should be different, given it's at our place. And yeah, I think the Bears should win, let's say 28-14. I think that's a pretty solid stat. I feel like our defense are going to come through. And this is my prediction, but if everything goes right in terms of Lou Getsy calling the plays properly, which is a big ask nowadays. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, or what your prediction is for this Atlanta Falcons game. And this is nearing the end of the season. Could you believe it? It's kind of wild to think that, this could potentially be, quote unquote, Fields' last game at Soldier Field. So you never know. I mean, I don't think so. I don't really think that he's played his last game here. And yeah, down the stretch is going to be fun against the Packers, and after that, that's it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought about this video, and subscribe to see more videos similar to this one. And this has been Soulback Sports, and have a great rest of your day.